Okay, since Supernatural Season 10 is pissing me off to a T, I don't feel like reviewing Supernatural Season 4 at the current moment, even though I've promised it forever. So instead I figured I'd review a game, and it's a game that was part of my childhood. It's a game I remember and still have fun with to this day. I'm in the middle of 4 other games on the Xbox One. I'm in the middle of Watch Dogs, Titanfall, Lego The Hobbit, and Destiny, so I'm going to try and get those reviews to you as quick as possible, but this one, figured, might as well do this for my first review, because this is amazing. Star Fox 64. So Star Fox 64 is a game that was released for the Nintendo 64 Entertainment System back in like ancient Rome. Nah, I'm just kidding. This game was released in 1997. I believe the Nintendo 64 was released in 1996, so this was released a year after the Nintendo 64 came out, and this game takes place in space. It follows this team of anthropomorphic animals: Fox McCloud, who's a fox; Peppy Hare, who's a badass bunny; Falco Lombardi, who's a badass pheasant; and Slippy Toad, who you want to kill more than 2 seconds into the game. So just to give you some background and story of the game, so there was once this scientist named Andros. He was this crazy big-ass monkey. He was a scientist on this planet called Corneria. In their city called Corneria City, he was working on like genetics and biology, and General Pepper was very wary of what he was doing, so he sent him to exile on Venom. And then 5 years later, we find out that there's strange activity coming from Venom, so General Pepper, who's the general of the Cornerian army and is a hound dog, he sends this team called Star Fox, led by James McCloud, Peppy Hare, and Pigma Dengar, who's a pig. James McCloud is McCloud's father. Sent them to Venom to investigate, and then James McCloud suddenly disappears after Pigma betrays the team to Andros, and Peppy barely escapes. So now it's years later, a new threat arises because of Andros, and now this new team of Star Fox mercenaries, led by James's son, Fox McCloud, has to go and stop Andros from obliterating the Lilat system. Pretty badass, if you ask me. There's a lot more background into it, like the fact that Andros may have something to do with Fox's mother's death, but why would you want to watch me talk about that? Just read it online. So this game starts out, it puts you right in the middle of battle, and all shit is breaking loose. All hell on Corneria City. You're in Corneria City, the first level, and all shit is going down. All hell is breaking loose. So you go through the planet, fight off Andros' army, pretty much. I was going to say mercenaries, but I guess they're armies because there's another team of mercenaries in this game. So you go through that level, fight these troops of Andros, go to the next level, fight through enemies, go to the next level, fight through enemies, go to the next level, fight through enemies. Yeah, I know. Sounds a bit repetitive, but it is wicked damn fun. I want to talk about the graphics in this game. I mean, no, today they pretty much blow. But I mean, for the time, they're pretty damn good. I shouldn't say they blow, because today they're even not too shabby. Think about this game, the graphics in this game, and like a lot of N64 games, at the time, you can actually tell what's what. You can actually tell what's going on as well. It's not just like, oh, here's a blob, and that's supposed to be a battleship. Now, I remember when I was little, I used to fight this guy, and I was like, holy shit, this robot actually looks like a big mech machine. Pacific Rim would go on to perfect this, but damn, it looked pretty good back then. I mean, yeah, he may look like a fat Godzilla. Well, Godzilla's fat anyway. We'll say he looks like Barney on steroids. That guy was like my favorite boss in the game. He was awesome. The bosses in this game are pretty badass too. I'll get into that in a minute. I want to talk about the characters in this game, because this is a weird game to talk about characters with, because there's no cutscenes in this game, but based on the way you play, when you play with, you always play as Fox. But like based on like the dialogue, these characters are pretty damn cool. They remind me of like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, this is just pure brilliance on Nintendo's part. I should say the Guardians of the Galaxy remind me of them, because I knew who these guys were first before I knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, and the Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out 14 years after this. Fox McCloud has got to be like one of the coolest characters in Nintendo video game lore. You play as him for the whole game. He speaks, he comes over the comm system, and all that. He tells his teammates what to do. He's the leader of his team. He inherited the team from his father. But he's also like, you know what, I'm the leader, but I'm not going to be that cocky, okay? I'm not going to be a cocky little bastard. Unlike in Star Fox Adventures, where there's no R-Wing battles, and he's immature as all shit. Falco Lombardi is really cool. He's this skilled pilot that's on the Star Fox team. He's cocky as all shit, and he thinks he's a badass. He's even a dick, but he's a cool dick. There'll be like times at the end of levels, but if he doesn't get hit that much, he'll be like, I'm fine. How you over there, Fox? And then, like, if he's low on health at the end of a level, he'll be like, look at my ship! Do you think I'm happy? It's like, whoa, calm down, Big Bird, okay? I know I did some research on your past online prior to this game. I know you were in a gang called the Hot Rodders. Doesn't mean you have to be all tough on everybody now. But it's cool, I like him. If I were getting mugged on the street or about to get murdered by somebody, I'd be like, yeah, Falco, come get me. You're a badass. Please save me. Before I talk about another character, there's this other character on the Star Fox team who is complete, just total waste in the game. Everybody hates him. His name is Slippy Toad. Slippy, he's a frog. He's a male. He's the mechanic, I guess you could say. He is somewhat useful to the team, but when it comes to fighting, oh my god. Seriously, I just let him die half the time. And he screams like a little girl. Fox! Get this guy off me! Thanks, Fox! I thought they had me! Yeah, playing through a whole game with a character with an annoying voice like that is oh my god, seriously. I just want to put a gun in my mouth sometimes and pull the trigger whenever I hear his voice, but I don't because I actually have a point for living, and I want to be able to bring this review to you, so, yeah. You get other cool characters in the game. General Pepper, he's the hound dog who's like the commander of like the Cornerian army. He's pretty cool. He doesn't do anything, unfortunately, but he's the one who's like, he's like in like I guess you can call it a cutscene. I don't know. I don't know what exactly it is, but like you just see like a screen with him and a screen with Star Fox. He's like talking to Star Fox. He's like, "Be careful, Star Fox! Andross has invaded the Lilat system, and we need your help to rescue it." Apparently, General Pepper has a sweet tooth for lollipop, so half the time he's speaking in this game, he probably has a lollipop in his mouth. That is badass. Dogs don't eat lollipops, but it's him. It's badass. And then you have this rival team of mercenaries that is hired by Andross. They're Star Wolf. They are badasses. You have Wolf O'Donnell, who's a wolf with an eye patch. Leon, whatever the fuck his last name is, who gives a shit? I just call him the Great Leon, because that's what he calls himself. Then you have Andrew Oikini, who is surprisingly, with a last name Oikini, you would think he would be a pig, but he's a monkey. He's Andross's nephew. And then you have Pigma Dengar. You know that dickhead that betrayed James and Peppy to Andross? Yeah, he's part of Star Wolf. He's only in it for the money, but you want that bastard to go down. And you fight these guys twice throughout the game. They have these advanced warships called the Wolfins. You have an R-Wing, they have Wolfins, and the Wolfins are a lot cooler, I guess. They're supposed to be. You can't really tell in this game. But then they come back later. If you don't beat them on this level, they come back on the final level and you beat them. And then this is Andross. He's an asshole. He is the biggest asshole of all assholes ever created. This guy's a dick. He's the main antagonist of the game, and he doesn't even show himself until the last level, which is, in my opinion, pure brilliant. Which I like that in a game. When a game like this can captivate you so much, where you're like wondering when the main villain is popping up, and he pops up at the very end of the game. The game kept me on my edge of my seat. I was like, where is this guy? Oh, hello, you're here. Holy shit, you're scary. He's this big monkey head with a floating monkey head with floating hands. He's disembodied. All he is a head and floating hands. That's it. It is pretty fucking creepy. Now you see why General Pepper exiled him to Venom? Because he's a mad lunatic. Yeah, that's why. And look what happened. His experiments went wrong. He blew up his body, and this is all that remains of him. Awesome. Such a badass villain, and it's not, what I'm about to say isn't really a knock on the game, it's more of a knock on the series in general. You just can't have this guy be the villain throughout the whole series, okay? He worked in this game because it's like, holy shit, this is his first game. It's like Adventures, it's like, okay, it's Andross again. And then Assault, it's like, dude, give me a new villain! The Aperoids are cool, but seriously, why are you gonna make Andross a part of it? He's part of Assault, I guess, in like some way, shape, or form. I guess he's not really in that game, but I don't know. I've never played Assault. I know what Adventures is, so I guess he's dead by the time Assault comes out, but we'll see. Hands down, though, best character in this game is this guy. This guy is Peppy Hare, the most badass of all badasses ever put on screen. Dude, this badass is the one who convinced Fox to recreate the Star Fox team, get a couple pilots, go fight evil people in the world, serve justice, don't do this for financial gain, and just unleash all badassery onto everybody. And the thing about Peppy is you would think he's the oldest one, so he would be the leader of the team. He's like, nope, Fox, you're going to be the leader of the team. I'll be the mentor of the team. I'll tell you what to do because I throw out badass one-liners. I swear, that is all that Peppy says in this game, and I'm fine with it because they are complete badass one-liners. They are pure brilliance. Writing those must have been so fun. I wish I could have wrote those. Try a somersault! Slippy, get back here! Slippy, watch out! Bogey on your tail! Use the brake! And Peppy Hare is the one who brought us probably the best one-liner ever created on screen in some capacity, and is probably the most iconic of them all. Double barrel roll! Every time I play this game, and now that I just said it, I'm going to have that stuck in my head all day, so I'm just going to go around telling people to double barrel roll! And I get off the topic of the game, still the topic of like, I guess it's kind of the game, but I've always wondered what Star Fox would be like if it were on a system like Xbox or PlayStation. Probably pretty shitty. Try to make it all dark and edgy and gritty and shit, and that's not what Star Fox is. Star Fox is dark, definitely. Because, you know, Andross is a dark character. He killed Fox's father. He's trying to he's a terrorist, pretty much. I honestly do, though, kind of want to see a reboot. Actually, you know, I guess you could say that Star Fox 3DS could be the first part of the reboot and then totally disregard Star Fox Adventures because nobody gives a shit about that game. It's just Star Fox meets Jurassic Park with Velociraptors. And then you could have the Aperoids come in. You could remake Assault, but make it like, I kind of want to see what, even though I said it wouldn't really work for Star Fox, I kind of want to see what this shit would be like if it was dark, gritty, and edgy. I don't know, just a thought, throwing it out there. Hope it never happens in the history of mankind, but I do hope there is a movie. And I hope I get to write it. Just kidding. So Star Fox 64, badass characters, badass plot, badass gameplay. This is a game everybody can enjoy. If you like all the even though it is a bit repetitive, you can still have shitloads of fun with this game. If you want a game that has badass characters, badass villains, a good solid plot, you know, you don't need a lot of the game that doesn't have a lot of cutscenes, but you still get the gist of what the story is about. If you're a guy who doesn't care about all that shit, not a game for you. If you're a guy who can have fun with simple games like this, this is the game for you. In that sense, I have fun every time I play this game. This game never ceases to amuse me. It is one of the best games ever made, and Star Fox 64 is excelente. Now, I am not just saying that. This is one of the best games ever made, one of the best rail shooters ever made, just one of the best games ever made, period. So have you played any other Star Fox games? Or have you played this one, and only this one? If you have played any of the Star Fox game, which one is your favorite? Please do not say Adventures. Whatever your favorite Star Fox video game may be, please, I want some feedback, so drop me a comment in the comments section below. And I'm going to post a link to a Star Fox story I started writing for FanFiction. It's not finished yet. I've been writing it for probably a year now, and I still haven't finished it. I know, it's sad. But It's a Star Fox origin story. I wanted to take the basic storyline of Star Fox 64 and kind of expand it, give more depth, more background to the characters, expand the plot a little bit, explain the reasons why this is happening and that's happening. I felt like I was going to have fun with it. And plus two, me and my cousin are writing these stories so that we can eventually make these kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, kind of kind of expand it into something that will lead into the Super Smash Brothers. So for instance, like, well, this is like phase 1. So like my Star Fox is phase 1 of the Nintendo writing universe, I guess you can call it. So it would be like Star Fox, and then he would write Mario, and then I would write F-Zero, and then he would write Zelda, and then they would come together, and then we would wrap up our phase 1 with a Super Smash Brothers story where they fight Ganondorf and Bowser. So that's kind of the plan we're going for. I'm going to post a link. I want to see what you guys think of that story too. So drop me a comment, see what you think of that story. And as always, for more reviews on movies, music, video games, and TV shows, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to do a barrel roll!